Hey guys, I'm guessing you're here because you're interested to know more about the Amazfit Verge. Well, I spent the past 3 to 4 weeks now with it, and I have to say this watch is freaking amazing. It has a lot of upsides to it, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, and a couple of downsides that I find that to the generations Amazfit has refused or ignorantly not changed and is becoming irksome. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I'm going to do a little bit of a format change. I'm going to break these up into little 2, 3, 4 minute snippets instead of one long dragged out one. And it seems like this is what you guys like, so I'm gonna try this out for kicks and see how this goes. So we're gonna talk a little bit more about the Amazfit Verge and hope you stick around. In the meantime, let's kick the intro. So welcome to the Amazfit Verge first review. I'm gonna go through all the features just to highlight everything before we dive in-depthly in the next couple of videos. This first one, I'm just gonna maybe compare it with the Stratos and talk about just the high-end features, the UPSs that really makes this watch stand out and why I love it so much and why you should get it. So let's jump right into it. So I have the two side by side here, the Verge right here and the Stratos, and they're really similar, but yet once you take a closer look, they're really different. It's cheaper by 20 bucks, the Verge is. It's smaller in screen, 1.3 inches to 1 inch, or the other way around. This is 1.3 inch, 1 inch. They run on 5 days battery life, and this thing is a whole lot lighter than this Stratos. And so if you really like a solid feeling heavy watch on your wrist, this is it. But I like this the most because if you're talking about an activity watch, this is what I'll carry all the time. This one really hurts my wrist, especially with the sensor, the heart rate sensor with this shape. All the weight of the watch, once you're clamped down around your wrist, is centered on this smaller surface area, and it creates a huge indent at least on my upper wrist. And this one, as you can see, is a whole lot wider. We'll go delve into that a little bit more in the next video in terms of ergonomics, but this is one huge factor why I love the Verge more than the Stratos. They run on the same OS as well. Now, you're probably also interested in battery life. Battery life, I do get the 5 days advertised with even notifications, some notifications on. And so for reference, if continuous heart rate is turned on though, it knocks it down to like 4 days, which is not bad at all. And I personally like a watch that I can use all work week and only charge it on the weekend. So I really don't have to worry about it, having to charge it every night and all that kind of stuff. And it only takes 40 to 50 minutes to charge it from 0 to hero at the charger. This one, the screen is a huge difference from Stratos because Stratos runs LCD, trans-reflective LCD, and this is an AMOLED. It is good and bad. I have reservations. I still prefer, at the end of the day, the BIP screen because it's visible like a Casio watch all day. As you can see here, the screen, I have it set for a kind of like a lock screen where the watch is still running time, but you can barely see it even in indoors. Outdoors is even worse with direct sunlight. Oh my goodness, it's just like your old school phones. There's just not enough nits running through that screen. They need to push it up a little bit more, but what can you say? Battery life versus brightness, something's got to give, right? Now, look here, it is pretty bright once you have it powered on and unlocked. But again, once it goes back into lock screen, it's really dim. Now, the good thing about this is it is bright and solid. The screen is so vivid and so strong, and there's no pixelation even when it's on low power mode. Compared to this guy, you can see all the pixelation when it's trying to power save. This one is just solid. It's kind of up to date, but I still prefer it to be a little bit brighter. The other similarity between these two watches is the watch bands. They're all the same, so you can interchange them. This one, of course, you can swap out with fabric ones or leather ones if you like. Personally, I prefer rubber ones for a sport watch. It just fits the purpose. Anyways, there you have it. Comparison between the Stratos. Another thing that this watch introduced that the Stratos did not carry is a speaker and a mic to run phone calls and play your music on the speakerphone. And I'm gonna test it, and this is at maximum volume. It's meant for indoors again, just like the screen. Once you add any kind of ambient sound, it is hard to hear, especially when you're making a phone call. Indoors, perfectly fine. I've tried phone calls and people said I do sound like I'm in a tunnel, but you know, it's very serviceable if you have to do it. GPS lock seems about the same as the BIP and Stratos, which would imply that Amazfit is recycling the same module, but nothing wrong with that. One big difference between the Verge and the Stratos is this guy has VO Max tracking and this one doesn't. I personally don't use it very much. VO Max is just there to gauge your and really measure your long-term recovery in terms of your body versus activity. And I really don't use it. I don't CrossFit or anything vigorous or do triathlons. But if that's really important to you, go with the Stratos. But otherwise, this is perfectly fine. In terms of other things, activities, you can track everything from hiking, walking to climbing and cycling and on a treadmill and elliptical. Really good stuff. IP68 rating this guy has. Compared to the Stratos, also it's a little bit of a step down, but not that huge of a deal. Stratos advertises itself as a strictly 5 ATM or 50 meter rated watch, and this guy is IP68, which is submersible and dust resistant, but not the same. But just like the BIP, this guy also does the same thing. I've swam with this many times and gone deep with this, and it's never had any problems with water ingress as long as you don't run the buttons underwater. And this thing, these guys are so solidly built. I would still need to test whether their speakers are susceptible and the mic is susceptible to more, water ingress more so under pressure. So we'll see. I'll test it for you guys at a later point once I get the chance to go into deeper waters. But otherwise, this watch is amazing. I love how smooth it is. I love all the features that it is. I'll talk a little bit more about the OS itself in the next video when it comes to ergonomics and software, because I have a few words about that and quite a lot of ideas. This is the high-level look at the watch, and if you want to get it now. It's like, I think it runs 140 bucks, and the Stratos runs about 170. But wait for discounts, like I talked about in the past. Just wait for Christmas or big discounts like that when GearBest and Banggood and Amazon run it from time to time, and use those and get yourself a really good quality value watch. Well, that's a wrap, guys. Thank you for watching. Next episode, we're going to talk about ergonomics and software experience on the Amazfit Verge, so stay tuned and come back. And if you haven't already, remember to subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell below so you can keep track of the videos that I make when they do come out. And remember, please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your pastor, tell your teacher and undertaker about my channel, because I love to grow this some more and I'm relying on you guys. At least I'm starting out and I really need all the help I can get. And also remember to thumbs up if you like this video and comment down below. And thumbs down. It's your favorite section. Thumbs down if you're a prank 911 caller. Yes, if you like to make prank 911 calls. It's the worst thing you can do. You know why? Because the firemen have better things to do than to answer your call and come out to your house, because they have, I don't know, cats to save up in trees. Yeah. Or demos they can do at schools. But yes, I think the most important thing is the cat. The cat needs saving, not answering your call. So much for my Emmy Award. Thanks, guys. That's all I got. I hope you have a good one. Remember to bless someone out there by doing something good. Oh yeah, my giveaway contest is still going on. There's another week worth of it. So join it if you haven't already and win an Amazfit BIP if you like. And I think all the best to you. And have a great day, guys. And enjoy a week. Peace out. Thanks.